President Traore is standing up. He is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong to the people of Burkina Faso. Niger is doing the same thing. Mali is doing the same thing. Every leader must look at what's happening in the Sahel nations. This is a wake-up call for the African leaders. To the same extent that President Trump is saying USA first, African leaders must also say Africa first. You have everything you need to take care of your people. Why do you continue to be beggars? Africans must take a position and protect their turf. We still have leaders who believe you can't make it unless you're working with white people. With that kind of mentality, it is a very difficult battle. Our battle to succeed, to unite as the African continent, it is a battle of the mind. And each and every African must realize that we are defeated where it matters the most. Africa must unite. Africa must speak with one voice, and Africa must go to the world stage with one voice, one agenda, one plan that the world will have to respond. But as long as Africa is going to the world as bitty little countries, as Togo, as Eswatini, as Guinea-Bissau, Africa is fighting a losing game. And why does Africa need them? Why do we need them? Africa has been the provider. If you look at Europe, Europe cannot survive without Africa. Why does such a continent that did so much to help Europe recover continue to be so poor? Let's be realistic here. Let's not talk about peanuts. Africa does not need the aid. What we need is for those who are exploiting Africa to stop.
Now that Donald Trump have decided to cut off all the US AID all over around the world, Africa remained the most impacted. What kind of impact will it have on Africa? Humanitarian assistance, infrastructure support, medicine and food programs. These are very important support for countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo, which receive about 1.3 billion US dollar each and every year. Ethiopia, which gets about 1.2 billion US dollar. Sudan gets about 800 million US dollar. And the other major part of this aid goes to Nigeria, to South Sudan, Kenya, Mozambique, Uganda, Lesotho, and more countries in Africa continent. With all this being said, some are saying, regardless of this support from the USAID, it is something which the USA they've been using for many years in order for them to keep controlling the African politics. With the HIV/AIDS, they said this had become even more political. And this is something which is even holding Africa economic growth. Some they say we need the USAID support more than ever, as much the US need Africa continent.
America needs South Africa. South Africa needs America. If we don't work together, both of us shall lose. But South Africa shall lose more. People are going to die. HIV/AIDS is going to kill our people. I am coming here today. If you hate America, that's fine. If you think this is about Donald Trump, that's even fine. But this is not about Donald Trump. This is about the 230,000 people that will be out of a job. This is about the people that will be dying. I'm not here. I don't care what you feel. Don't hi me here. You have medical aid. You have free medical aid. You have free state medical aid. You come here. Hi.
And there are those who believe that this is about time the US to leave Africa alone.
The world must move forward without the USA if true progress is to be achieved. We are not the puppets of the USA. We will never be bullied by Donald Trump and his friends. South Africa remains an independent state, which is not handled by the USA. Foreign aid has always been a tool for Western imperialism and control. It must end with South Africa. We must expand our trade and strengthen relationship with China, India, Russia, Brazil, and Singapore, while emphasizing African unity. The USA is on a full mission to extort the world into submission, and as a result will become increasingly isolated. Our sovereignty, security, and economic prosperity on rejecting the American Golden Age, a project of imperialism.
This USAID, it was initiated by the US government back then for many years. They came up with this idea without being put a gun on their face. And they chose to support people of the world, especially people of Africa continent. But what was their mission behind all this? Why did they come up with these ideas? And today, why are they taking it again away from people of Africa? That is the capital question which we need to discuss with you in this video in order for us to understand what is the secret behind all this removal of this USAID.